right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get part 4 filmed while Mr. Smith is over at Wendy's house. Um, we delivered her quail hutch to her that he built, the darker blue, the gentleman's gray. That one was hers. Ours are the bright, like aqua robin's egg, like seafoam, whatever, party blue. Is this still on? Hello? Are we on? It says it's on. Okay, we're on. Hi. So we'll, anyway, while he's doing that, it's just a little bit quieter. I actually should be doing things in the house when he's gone. But what we're going to do is we're going to do, let's see, I did the entrance, did that first bed, did the second section of bed, just finished up the third. So this is number 4. Here we go. Not a lot of exciting things in section number 4. So I'll probably add some of the beds, beds in the middle or something. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Let's get into it. All right, now we have boring section 4, which is mainly a sea of cardboard and weeds. Okay, let's get into it. So I have one of my tomato towers here, which I think this year I'm going to put maybe some squash, some climbing squash. Yeah, could happen. But I need to get those garlic chives out of there because they're junking it up. They're junking it up. Got more dazzling blue kale back here. Such a gorgeous kale. Highly recommend growing the dazzling blue kale. So pretty. Bunch of donated cardboard from Nina and Boyce. Thank you guys so much. They hooked me up with the cardboard. And I'm going to finish putting the cardboard to right about that Medina Has to Grow container. That'll be cardboarded in, and then I'll put all of my grow bags right there. Okay. So in this grow bag here, I have my marshmallow, which is looking much better. It's really starting to perk up and get rooted in. And then my chervil looking much better and less ghostly white. So that's good. And they're doing okay here in the park shade underneath the muscadine grapes. Here, fun stuff going on here. Look at that. That's milkweed. That is milkweed that came back from the roots of the milkweed that was here last year. Okay. That's not from seed. That's from the roots. We can do that in Texas. It's one of our superpowers. More tansy. So this tansy I got from Baker's Creek a few years ago to use as cut flower, and I thought maybe it was a little bit of a medicinal herb. Turns out it can be a little bit toxic and poisonous, so it's not recommended to ingest it anymore. And the flowers are very insignificant. But this thing's kind of like a weed. I think it is a noxious weed in some states. Anyway, I have that little bit of tansy left after digging it out a few years ago. And I got that little bit of tansy there in that corner. In the very, very corner. Otherwise, we're not doing tansy anymore. But anyway, more cardboard here. Also, I'll be hooking up my irrigation. Sorry. I will be hooking up. I got my second timer. And so it'll go right there where those 2 hoses are and then hook up to that right there. That manifold. Spigot, whatever it's called. Here is one of the most beautiful things you can grow. Even if you hate cilantro, grow it and let it bolt. The hoverflies, the beneficial wasps, the critters love, and it's very pretty in flower arrangements, bolted cilantro. And then if you let it go to seed, those little seeds right there, let the seeds mature and dry, that's your coriander, okay? Your spice coriander is cilantro seeds. Y'all know that by now. Y'all know this. Oh, and then we have a lovely display of bolted Georgia collards. I'm not sure if I'm going to save seed or not. I probably could at this point. They're pretty mature. More cardboard. And then here is some bolted, Calabrese broccoli. Yes. I was like, why was I saving this? Because it's the Calabrese. And I did get a few heads off of it, but I picked it and I'm letting it dry because I'm going to save seed. Here is my bucket of compost that got rainwater in it, right? So I was using it as compost tea. Well, then I used up all the compost tea and I saw my vegetables and plants responding well to it. So I took the hose and I filled it up with water again. And this is just going to be my compost tea bucket for a minute. So all that stinky goodness, so good for your plants. So it's the compost that I dug out of the bottom of that compost, put in here because I was adding it to my planting holes. Well, it got rained on and I'm like, ta-da, compost tea. Nicole, you need to keep doing that. So I am. I'm going to keep doing that. More of that Salvia. Blew better. It just comes back every year right in that spot. It's awesome. So from my compost heap here, I do have some cilantro hanging out the side. That cilantro, salvia, tick seed back there, mustard. Those are old-fashioned mustard greens. And then here is a giant old-fashioned mustard green that is flowering. I think I'm going to leave it. It's kind of pretty. There's another one of my little sweetheart sweet peas. That one's not blooming yet. More salvia. So pretty. More cardboard. And look at my fennel. This flippin' fennel it's come back. This is the third year now that it's come back from the bulb, from the root, making more bulbs. But this centerpiece here, this thick stalk in the center is impressive. Excuse me, I had to belch. It's impressive. I've never seen anything quite so robust and fantastic. And I'm going to let it flower. It tastes good. I love the fronds. I haven't tasted the bulb yet, but the fronds are delicious and licoricey. And I don't even like licorice, but that's delicious. But I'm going to let it flower because it brings in the pollinators. This will also bring in some of the swallowtail species. Their little caterpillars look just like monarchs, but they like the dills and the fennels. So I'll let you know when we get caterpillars. There's my irrigation mess. This is my junk. Here I've got a trellis thing that I bought, and I got to put it together. You can arrange it like 3 different ways. So anyway, I got to put that together. I think I'm going to put it over there, kind of where my green watering can is. I'm going to put up a little trellising system there and maybe grow some of my melons, cantaloupes, and stuff up it right there. So that's the plan there. And then I have some shrubs that I bought a few years ago at Houston Garden Center. Like literally, I think it's been 3 years now. I'm surprised they're still alive. Barely hanging on. This one is barely hanging on, but it's hanging on. These are some tea olives, osmanthus. It's a fragrant tea olive, and I've been wanting to, get some shrubs and things around the exterior of the potager, but we'll see how that goes later. This is some Mexican petunia. Can't get rid of it. Once you have it, you can't get rid of it. And then I have some self-seeded zinnias that must have been in the mulch because I didn't put those there. And I already showed you my world's smallest tomato the other day. Still doing wonderful. One of my sunset runner beans came up. Just one leaf from that one seed. And then in this pot here, don't look at the weeds, but I have a passion flower. In this pot here is a passion flower. So I got that passion flower. It's like a cotton leaf passion flower, which is different than the other kind that I have. And you need 2 different passion flower varieties in order to get a good fruit set. So that's why I bought that from her at PlantCon last year. I'm not going to PlantCon this year. I was not impressed with it last year, and I'm sure it's going to be better this year. But I have too many things going on. And it's a long drive for me, okay? It's all the way down at Reliant. It's all the way down there where the Texans play. I'm not driving all the way down there. Okay? I'm like 50 miles north of Houston. I'm driving all the way down there just to sit in traffic. I'm not doing it. But I did buy that from my bestie Money Momo because she had a booth there. Emergent Seed. So if you go to PlantCon, look for Emergent Seed. I'm thinking she's doing it this year. I was going to do it this year. I got a little bit of, I don't know, brain damage last year, and I'm like, oh, I could do this. I want to. I'm so glad I didn't commit to it because I'd be sitting here right now being like, oh crap, I got to do that. Anyway, it's not about me. This is about the garden tour. So next, let's look at my junky wagon arch area. And that'll be it for this one. All right, y'all. So we are done with that junky section of bed. And I apologize, but we're going to move on to more junk here. Hello, here we go. So in this beautiful little pot here, I planted my shampoo ginger that I got from my friend Elizabeth. And then I have all my lettuces that still need to be harvested. Some of them have bolted, but we're going to harvest lettuce. We're going to get them ate up. We're going to eat them. Here I have my regular ginger, household ginger, And then I have a mystery pepper. Now I found a tag on the ground for Tunisian bakhluti, but I don't know for sure if this is one. So it is a mystery pepper. I put it inside this little cage here. The other plant in this cage is my Romanesco broccoli because I'm still trying to get ahead. I'm hoping. I want a head real bad, but I don't think I'm going to get one. Anyway, this is a pot with a dead azalea in it, so I'm going to take out the azalea. I had these in the backyard. That's why I kind of brought all my stuff from the backyard up front. It's a pretty cute little pot I got from the dollar store. Anyway, I'm going to take all the dead out of there, refill it with soil, and plant something. Maybe my dahlias. Not sure. This bed here, on the shadier side of the wagon arch, we have more milkweed that came back from the roots, which I think is amazing. Oh, and I have some red salvia that reseeded. Beautiful red salvia. And then I have my Painted Lady variegated tomato. We're going to see how that does in the shade. So far, it's just kind of sitting there, not doing much of nothing. Got some garlic chives in that pot. And then a whole bunch of weeds. And bolted cilantro. And bolted and mildewed. See, the leaves are white. It's like downy mildew. Old-fashioned mustard that is reseeded. I don't think I'm going to save seeds because this stuff is everywhere. It has seeded itself everywhere. I don't think I ever have to worry about a shortage of that stuff. Oh, we have our first zinnia bloom of the year, folks. Our first zinnia bloom of the year. It's a teensy tiny, teeny tiny little one that volunteered. So there we go. All right. Then I have my bench with all my junk that I bring out with me. A bag, a basket, and a box of seeds every time I bring it out here with me. Coming on around. What do we have on the table here? What do we have? We have flowers and herbs that need to get in the ground. All of my my bell flowers, my steel blue sea hollies, my red vein sorrel, all that needs to get in the ground. I have some wine from last weekend. Probably won't drink that, can't guarantee though. In this blue container here is some flame acanthus that I got from my friend Elizabeth. Need to get that in the ground, so that's why that's over here. You know what? I could put the flame acanthus in one of these pots. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. That'll probably happen. And then I still haven't planted out this mahogany splendor because the windmill way over there, that windmill way over there is still full of weeds. Okay. I've got some red clover that's been in a pot for way too long. More foxgloves that need to get planted out. Pots that need stuff put in them. My Zimbalo melon pear needs to get in the ground. Lemon drop, ahi lemon drop pepper, need to get those into something. These are my dahlia babies, looking beautiful. I also have some gomphrena that's trying to flower because it wants to die. Got some little succulents and a little ginger piece, just some miscellaneous stuff. Heavenly Blue Status, need to get that planted before it gets stunted and rots because it looks like it already has. And then I have some calendula that went ahead and went to flower and to seed all right there and then is in the process of dying. Okay, because that's how I do things. Whole life cycle right there. Right here. Fun stuff here. This is my cherry that I grew from a cherry pit, from a bag of cherries I got at Walmart. I do believe it was the black cherry, those real dark red ones. Anyway, look how big it is. Look how big it is. Yeah. Yeah. This is its second year, I believe. Kept it alive. I had 12. This is the only one left, but it's still alive. Another pot to take the weeds out, put something else in it. This right here is my catnip. Doing all right. These pots were on the back porch for a real long time, so they got a little starved for water, sunlight, attention, all of that. But they're back in here now. This is my lemon verbena. Delicious. Way better than lemon balm, way better than lemongrass. If you love lemon scent, you need lemon verbena. Okay, lemon verbena. I'm slurring a little bit, but I promise I'm sober. Right here, Chloe has blue paint on her from the quail hutches. That's the color of the quail hutches. Okay, it's really bright blue. This is Chloe, a baby girl. Right here. This is a pelargonium that I grew from seed. This is the white one. Okay, this is the Maverick Quicksilver, maybe. It's the white one because it doesn't have pink on the leaves. It's more of the leaf pattern's more muted. And then this tall plant here, this is my bay laurel, bay leaf, like you use for cooking, bay laurel. Lovely. So I have my own bay leaves. And then I have my Swiss chard that hasn't really done much. It really didn't get very big. It's starting to perk up a little bit, but we may harvest those soon, and I can use the container for something else. And then I have my Improved Meyer lemon. It has lost a lot of leaves. It did get a little bit dry on the back porch to the man cave with its neglect. Oh, there's a pollinator. Oh, missed it. There's a little hoverfly. There he is. Oh, yeah, he doesn't want to be on camera. That's fine. Happens all the time in my industry. Anyway, we have some, look at that. Oh, baby lemons, Meyer lemons, and they're delicious. Yep, nut lemons, and the flowers are gorgeous, and they smell wonderful. They really do. The scent is amazing right now. Now we're moving on to this bed on the other side of the wagon arch. Oh, let me go back around and show you this tomato. This tomato here on the side of the wagon arch is my painted lady variegated. And it is full of tomatoes. Look at that. Little round ones, little pointy tipped ones. I'm not sure which is the standard form. Is it the round or is it the pointy tip? Because I got both. And then there's two more. So two more on that side. And it's variegated. Love the variegated tomatoes. Okay. And then I have one of my Zulu Prince Cape Daisies I planted here. Got a foxglove. This is a bunch of marigolds that reseeded from last year. There's some feverfew, more feverfew, more feverfew, and I believe that's a giant ground cherry getting ate up by flea beetles or something. And then my cocoa beans, my cocoa blue beans, are doing wonderful. I had really good germination. I planted 30 seeds, and I'd say most of them came up. Looking really good. Let's go around to the other side. All right, coming around to this side to see more of the beans. Oh, yeah. It looks like, yeah, they're climbers. It looks like they're climbers. That's a vine. Vines are starting. So, like I said, I assumed they were bush, and I assumed wrong. Okay. Um, Look at that pretty little Achillea, little yarrow that I got from my friend Elizabeth. So it's in that pot there. So I need to plant that out. This gorgeous tomato beast here that is almost 3 feet tall is Bananas Noir. I got this from Mrs. Tomato Head. You need to be following her channel. This is a creation that her and her husband, Mr. Tomato Head, found. It's a cross of Anaz Noir and a cherry tomato, another cherry. So there we go. I'm excited for that one. It's very vigorous. So far, it's very vigorous. I have some more. Oh, look at that milkweed. So this came back from the roots, this milkweed, and it's already ready to flower. So if there are any monarchs in the area in mid-April, early mid-April, I'm ready for you. Okay, I'm ready. Bring yourselves and your eggs. There's more of that self-seeded marigold. This is the key lime. It's a really bright limey yellow, really pretty. Lettuce mixes that need to get picked. More lettuce mixes that need to get picked so that I can use those containers for other things. It is no longer salad season in Texas. More of that self-seeded mist flower, which I will dig these up and kind of place them around the garden, kind of like my tick seed. They're native. The pollinators love them, but they are aggressive and they get everywhere. But I'm just going to move them around. More bolted Georgia collards. So, and I have some fun things to plant on this trellis here on my wagon arch. This is the wagon arch. I call it the wagon arch because it reminds me of one of those old-timey Western wagons. What are they called? Rochelle, she knows. Like a Saratoga, a Castanoga, a Toga Koga. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Whatever though. Anyway, it looks like an old-timey Western wagon that went across the plains from the East Coast to the West Coast. That's why it's the wagon arch, okay? And have a table in there, a bench. It's all junky. Pretty soon it's going to be beautiful, okay? And Pickles is in my... Pickles! Get out of mine. Aren't you cute? Aren't you cute? Yeah, I know. I know. He's in my grow bags. I know. I know. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, so I think there will probably be one more tour, and then you're all caught up with everything that's going on in this garden. And then the next few videos after the next one is going to be me getting everything else planted. Still more things to plant, more seeds to drop. Okay, buy seed and buy actual plants on the table there. And I have stuff growing under lies in the house too. I do. Anyway, yeah, one more tour. I think we'll do the tomato towers over there, and the citrus that's over there, and then we got to do the circle bed, which is looking amazing. So many things are blooming. I better film that now. Who knows when I'm going to get to it again. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Gail, for this collaboration. Wait, what is it called? Garden Tour Club. I think I got it right this time. I'm the worst. It's menopause. Okay? It's my brain. Thank you, Gail, for this Garden Tour Club collab. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.